Peace, everybody. It's your boy. Let's talk. We back with another video. All right, guys. So let's kind of jump right into this video. Y'all know I usually kind of give a little monologue at the beginning, which is funny because I'm actually doing it right now. But we out here. It's a little gloomy out here today, but I like this weather. Only if it's just a little bit more sun out. But as far as like the temperature, it's like the best weather for me. But let's talk about signs, particular signs that you know that you're frustrated, that you're tired of working your 9 to 5 job. Like I think if you're tired and sick and tired of your job, there are signs, there are patterns, there's things that people do, and if you pay attention to them, then you can see it. I see it all too well. Shoot, I tell you all the time, I'm not exempt. I see it because I analyze myself in these situations. And that's how I can tell you that there are signs, because not only did I analyze myself, but I know of a few people, more than a few people, who actually have been through the exact same thing and done the same type of patterns of which I'm about to refer to. Maybe not in the same order, but you know, if it's along those lines, then yeah, you tired of working a 9 to 5. And I think one of the best obvious signs that you can tell that you're tired of working a 9 to 5 is you call out all the time. You call out often. You call out as much as you can without really getting fired or reprimanded. And sometimes that don't even work, because some people, they call out so much that they end up getting fired or suspended or a write-up or whatever, because they keep calling out. But that's like one of the sure signs that you know you're tired of a 9 to 5 job, because you just constantly keep calling out. Because especially nowadays in today's economy, like, it's hard out here and people need money. So like, you kind of really be a fool to be calling out with like no backup plan, no other job or anything like that. Or you can just be tired of just being at some type of place where it's just so miserable, just so lackluster. You just say, man, fuck it, I ain't even going in. I don't even care if I lose money. That's when you know it's a sure sign that you're tired, because you're willing to sacrifice your pay. Like, who do that? Ain't nobody doing that. The only people who doing that is people who got something else on the side, or people who just so fed up to hear you just like, you know what, man, I'm not doing that. And like I said, I can relate. I'm not exempt. I've done it several times before. You know? But at the same time, I'm a resourceful type of guy. So, you know, if I lose money from one, you know, stream, I got like 5 or 6 other streams that I can rely on. So that's me in particular. But, you know, people do that often. They call out often. When they don't like the job, they don't want to be there, it's miserable, they don't want to be there, so just call out. So that's one sign that you know that you're tired of your working your 9 to 5. Another sign is, number 2 is you actually get physically sick. Now that might sound strange to some of y'all, but hear me out. If you're so like tired of being somewhere where it's just like you just got like it's just like embedded in your core that you hate being there, that you hate everything about it, the people, the pay, the commute, whatever it is that you hate about it, like, it'll be so bad on you that you'll actually physically get sick. Like, when you ready to go to work that morning or that evening, that night, whatever it is, the shift you work, your body start responding to the way you're thinking about it, and it start responding in a way where it start actually affecting you physically and make you sick. That's some crazy stuff. That happened to me before. And I just told y'all about a few videos ago when I was saying that I used to do security for King of Prussia Mall. When I was working with, my man Mark and his ex-girlfriend Keisha cheating ass. And I remember I used to hate that damn job so damn much that it started making me get sick. And then I remember the first day, like I really got sick. Like I woke up that morning and I was just dreading on going. I was dreading so much that I was on the bus and I started throwing up. Like I literally started throwing up. I got to work. I had like a headache and all that stuff, and I had to actually leave early. That's how bad it was. They thinking that I'm having like some type of stomach virus or anything like that. It's like, no, it wasn't really nothing like that. I ain't tell them that, but I'm just like, no, it's really this damn job. So like that's when you know you're tired of a job, when that shit actually make you sick. Like you don't never really hear stuff like that too often. So when you do, it gotta be a problem. So that's that. Another way you can tell how you're tired of your 9 to 5 job is that you're always late. I mean, shoot, that's a given. That's a sure sign to tell that you don't want to be there. Because you're always late. And you know when you're always late, you're going to eventually get out of there, whether you want to or not, because the people who runs the company, they don't like tardiness. So they're going to write you up, do whatever, suspend you, do whatever, and then it's going to go to a point where they just finally let you go. And you probably don't even care about it, to be honest with you. You probably did it on purpose. If not, you just like, man, I'll get there when I get there. Because I don't want to be there. And you can tell that's like someone who have a disdain towards a place where they're going, because usually when you're looking forward to going, then you're there on time. Like punctuality is nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? You even there early. You're there early, you're staying late. Like you're looking forward the next day on going to work, talking to your coworkers, building new projects, whatever the case may be. Like you got like a whole different spirit, a mind frame about it, and everything about it is positive. But when people don't have that, that's how you know. That's how you know. So I say if you're late all the time, you definitely don't want to be there. And like I said, it's cool on that part, because depending on how many times you're late, you're not going to be there that much longer anyway. So if you're doing that on purpose, then I guess you'll succeed. Which brings me actually to the last part, which is with self-sabotage, because that's all it is, and that's how you know when you're tired of being at a 9 to 5, that you don't like being there, because you're doing everything you can to self-sabotage your employment there. Because you may be a person, because I know people, I can't even say I know people too, because I've actually done that before. I've been at jobs before where I self-sabotage, where I didn't want to quit because it would mess up like my unemployment or something. So I self-sabotage. I made sure, I was doing stuff to get fired, but not in a way where they can kind of fight it for like to get my unemployment. Like, because you got to be smart about it. You still want your unemployment. But, I self-sabotage so I can get fired, and then I was able to get unemployment. And the funny thing about that is I was working there full-time at this particular spot. It was a restaurant called Smoking Betty's. And I was working there full-time. And I was there for like a few years, like maybe like 3 or 4 years. And towards like the end, towards my end, before I got fired, they was like fucking with my schedule. And they start like shortening my days. And because they couldn't like fire me for like nothing, because they stopped putting me on the schedule. And it's like, you can't just not put me on the schedule. You know, if I'm not fired. So they would put me on the schedule for like one day out the week, hoping that I'll quit, because they used to do that to people who they want to quit or whatever, and so they'll just put him or her on for one day, and usually the people just don't. They're like, man, I ain't doing all this stuff. It ain't worth it. But I used to be like, all right, cool. I'll be here one day, and I'll go somewhere else. I'll be working a temp job or something like that throughout the other days. But long story short, they used to do that. They did that for like a month or so to me. And then one night they ended up firing me for a dumbass reason, because I didn't know where some lemons was. It was the reason. I might bring that up in another topic. It was so stupid. But I couldn't find something, and the chef was mad. He's like, man, you know what? Go home. Get out of here. You're fired. I was like, all right, cool. I was like, just make sure you put that in writing so I have it. And then I applied for unemployment the very next week. That Sunday. And the thing about it was, they were trying to pay me for one day for like a month or so. But due to my unemployment, and they seen how long I was there, how much I was working, I started getting paid my unemployment was like I'm full-time again. So for like a month or so, maybe even 2 months, I was only getting paid one day a week when I was there, because they wanted me to quit. They were trying to, sabotage me. But then once they got rid of me and I filed for unemployment, I got all that. And I got it for like a year or so until I got another job. And then because I'm so petty, I would go there and get something to eat. Oh man, I'm just a petty boy. So yeah, I mean, but self-sabotage, I kind of veered off. I had to tell y'all that. But self-sabotage is one clear reason, one clear way that you know that you don't want to be there. So self-sabotage, always being late, getting physically sick, always calling out. All these things, like, these are signs showing that you don't want to be at that place. So if you're doing that, you may need to think about getting another job or doing something yourself to build your own grind. So, but let me know what y'all think. Drop your comments down below. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and hit the bell. I'll see y'all at the next one. Peace.